Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Geek Tavern Radio. Grab a stool, grab a chair, sit on down, and open your ears, because today we are going to recall 2018, talk about some of the things that we're looking forward to in 2019. And of course, as always, we have Mike Bundy and Skidder. Mike Bundy, how's it going, brother?
Well, you know something, brother.
Something, brother.
Yeah, it's going good. Cody has no idea what's going on. He don't watch wrestling.
I know enough to know who came up with brother. Good old Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Good old Hulk Hogan?
Good old.
Yes.
Yeah. He gets the good old status from Cody.
Yeah.
Cody has no idea what that man has done
or been through.
No.
But hey, you know what? We'll keep. Let's not elaborate on that any further.
Yeah.
We'll just leave good old Hulk Hogan the way he is. Bundy. Go on. Let's break the ice. What's going on?
I have not played a game in forever because.
Wow.
Yeah, Smash, obviously here and there, but as far as sit down, engulf myself into a game, I really haven't. I started Ori and the Blind Forest. That's one of Shill's favorite games of all time. I started it, just haven't played it. I don't know. I guess the only thing I have been doing is getting on with Skidder here, and we get on Black Ops 4. We do that here and there. But as far as any one player experiences, not really anything. I still have yet to play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Missing out, man.
I know. I keep seeing people selling it on the marketplace on Facebook for $40, and it's really tempting.
Whoa, selling what game again? I'm sorry.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm I love the first one, and it was one of my most anticipated games if you go back and listen on previous podcasts. But I'll tell you what, just the massive amount of other things that came out, I didn't have enough money to grab it, with everything else. Mostly, I believe it was around the time with Pokemon and, all that stuff. So, Nintendo's kind of where it's at for me.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that none of us actually got Red Dead Redemption 2?
Well, Skidder did.
Oh,
I did.
You?
Yes, I did. I'm thoroughly impressed with the game. I never played the first one, but compared to GTA 5, it blows out of the water.
Man.
Coming from the guy that never actually played GTA story. Thoroughly.
Yeah, I played through some of 5, and I played through some of 4. That was about
4.
it, though.
Mike Bundy, no one really plays a Grand Theft Auto game to play the story. I will say this,
I love
though.
5.
Oh, dude, I'm a virgin when it comes to playing. I won't say I'm a virgin to GTA 5. I played a little bit of it here and there, which, of course, I didn't do anything story-wise. But I do remember sitting down with my cousin several hours upon hours and playing GTA 3 and doing that story mode. I still think that's my favorite GTA.
Yeah, it's very clunky to go back to, but yeah.
Yeah. But let's get into the year 2018. This, of course, following the year prior to that, which was the 2017, the birth of the Nintendo Switch, which of course would go on to have a strong year. And then going into 2018, Xbox, as we know, in the past couple of years has been in kind of a stale state, with the lack thereof exclusives.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 4 2017, I will say, was great for the indie market as well as the Xbox. Don't get me wrong. But I think Sony, the PS4, really in 2018, really up their, no pun intended, game. But 2018, guys, what were we impressed with? What were some of our most memorable games? What are some of the big releases of 2018 that are, we're just never going to forget and we're going to always be able to look back on?
I have a few right off the bat that I want to throw out there. We'll just kind of get them out of the way. Obviously, you have your God of War. And I'm going to start off with PlayStation exclusives. We got God of War, Spider-Man. Those two were I would say the big powerhouses of the year. I never got the chance to really talk about Spider-Man on the podcast. For all those longtime listeners, might remember Spoon. We were in talks of doing a Spider-Man podcast, but it became too far along, after the release of it. So it just didn't happen. But that game, I would say that's my game of the year, going in strong here. I would say Spider-Man's my game of the year.
Really?
I know that's not really our objective here, but that was my favorite game of the year. Just being able to swing around the city so fluidly and basically, I didn't think there was any more perfecting the Batman Arkham play style, the controls, or the fighting mechanics, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But Spider-Man basically just perfected that even more. And just awesome story. God of War, I would say, is my number 2. Not that we're making a list, but that's how I'm going to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
But that game didn't keep a hold of me as long and as thoroughly as Spider-Man did. So, those are 2 of the biggest games. I won't take all the glory in naming off games. So, whoever wants to go next, go ahead.
I guess I'll hit second here with my top games for 2018. And I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash for the first one, but Fallout 76 might be my number 1. That's
go on.
Mainly because I've had so much fun times with a bunch of my buddies on that game that it's created some really memorable times. It might be a glitchy mess, but I've had some of my most fun laughs in that game. Not to mention my 14 days of playtime so far.
Yeah, I'm sure people out there would be like, you're crazy or whatever, but no, you're not. I don't think the game itself is really that bad.
No.
It has an asterisk beside it because, if you don't have people to play with, it is a boring, empty world because it is not built. Yeah, it's not built to, for one person to just turn it on and go play. I've tried that. It's boring.
Yeah.
It would be like playing Elder Scrolls Online, one player.
Yeah.
But it's not meant to be. And then for my number 2, I think I'd have to hit Black Ops 4. Its Blackout mode surpassed all the other Battle Royale games in my opinion. And it just impresses me. And it continues to impress me with all their stuff that they continue to add. The multiplayer is still holding up good, and the zombies is great. But for my number 3 spot, Red Dead's gonna have to take the cake.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Red Dead is definitely worthy of that. I haven't played too much story, but since multiplayer came out, I've been having a lot of fun. It's a great game, especially if there's people out there that do role play or whatever. That game is so immersive, and I mean very immersive when it comes to physics and how everything works.
Skidder, what are some other games? Because I know you got in with the Geek Tavern. You sat down with us, in the later half of 2018, actually the last quarter, probably matter of fact. So, I mean, what are some other games? Because I know there has to be a plethora of games that you have played that Mike Bundy nor I have played. Didn't you play Monster Hunter World, or a big fan of it?
Monster Hunter World, I totally forgot about that game. I feel bad for doing that. Monster Hunter World was a phenomenal title, especially when they came to the Western. They made it for the Western part of the United States to see how everyone would like it when it goes to a console, because usually it was more of towards the Japanese side of it. And they came to the West, and they did really well. The graphics phenomenal. The content felt so smooth compared to older games when you're comparing a console to, say, a Nintendo 3DS or a Wii, and it just came out totally phenomenal. My only one argument about it is when you compare it to, say, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the DS, its content lacked. In 4 you had maybe almost close to 100 monsters to hunt, 200 and some different armor sets, 300 and some different weapons that you could use, to World's, I think, 32 monsters when it first released. I think they're up to like 36 now, though. But, like I said, they did a phenomenal job, and there's a new DLC coming out this fall of 2019 that will be adding a whole new storyline, as well as a bunch of new monsters from the older games, and it's going to be full of nostalgia.
I understand that, with different types of genres, there come different experiences. But in terms of multiplayer, taking in regards to FPS, and behind the shoulder, third person and whatnot. What do you think is, out of all the games this year, is probably the most fascinating and the most fun, the best multiplayer experience that you have experienced in 2018? What game is delivering that to you?
That's a hard one to just pick one. Honestly, that just has that kind of effect that makes me feel like that. I would have to say Red Dead.
Mike Bundy?
I would. It was actually, it popped right in my head as soon as you asked the question. For me, I would say Black Ops 4. Like the multiplayer experience is always good on those. There's never a problem with the servers. There's no lag usually.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So as far as a multiplayer experience overall, I would have to say Black Ops 4 for me. Yeah, good.
I mean, I know a lot of times, for the times I've been on here this year, which has been very, very little, but I know we all can get on a lot of these games that do the Madden effect, the yearly thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we coin that term within the next year. But the one
it's already coined, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing, though, that we can never crap on about the individuals who Treyarch, and who's the other one that makes these games?
Activision.
Activision in general.
Activision, and there's one more.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the name.
Well, they kind of like merged with one of them or something.
Yeah.
If there's one thing, and I know they've been going through an experimental phase, because again, a lot of their stuff was the same thing again and again, but they're not necessarily consistent that in that way anymore, where it's the same thing over and over again. I will admit they're changing up the stuff. Like they're we're talking more futuristic weapons and integrating different ways of playing the game. But the one thing that's been real consistent with them, just like you said, Mike Bundy, is the fact that they always capitalize and they always deliver in the aspect of, you're never going to get a buggy game.
Yeah.
Like the experience, the lag, the experience is going to be great. You're never going to go through lag or anything. And granted, reason for that is made a game very similar to one another every single year, and that's why they're able to be so consistent. And I mean, I praise any company, of course, that actually, does that and has it right. Unlike Fallout 76. Some other memorable games this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did the year start out with Mario this past year in 2018? Wasn't it? Did Mario come out in March?
Mario Odyssey, I think.
No, that was October last year.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind then.
It felt like it was March this year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
No. Yeah, right? Wow. So everybody, we are losing our minds right now. We can't even grasp time itself. But some other games, like Monster Hunter World, is a game that I missed out on, of course, but like you said, was a phenomenal game, a great experience. I know quite a bit of people who picked up that copy and they absolutely love the game and still playing it to this day. God of War, once again, I've said this before, it revitalized that title. I'm really curious in which path and what way they're going to go. And of course, they planted a lot of seeds there for that game to venture into different lore, different mythology, which is really awesome. Some other great games. I mean, we got Red Dead Redemption 2 this year, which everyone's just absolutely loving. Celeste, a big, huge indie game that everyone is just praising up and down. I'm about to get my copy here pretty soon for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to see what I am missing out on. And trust me when I say this, I'm not going to go through 2019 without playing that game. And right once I do, Mike Bundy, me and you are getting together. Skidder, if you...
I haven't even heard of the game, so I guess I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good.
I want to put in just a little bit of knowledge here. None of us has said anything about probably the most attention to detail game, Battlefield 5.
Wait, did it come out?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Dude, that is the thing. I mean, granted, I'm one where I don't TV. I have Netflix, and that's pretty much all I need, and I get my local channels just so that I can watch some football. But besides that, I mean, I remember a couple months ago, me and you, Bundy, we brought up the release date and everything. I completely forgot about it, and the thing is, too, is I'm not hearing a thing about it. Skidder, are you playing this game?
I played the beta, but I have been keeping tabs on it because I've been wanting to buy it. It didn't do well. And the reason was because everyone didn't think it would because of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing that happened.
Which is still a battle that I haven't really fought with anybody. But that game is phenomenal, and I don't care what anybody says.
Graphics, phenomenal. I thought it was amazing. And Battlefield 5 is the same way. Their attention to detail.
I want to go off on a little tangent about this real quick. The freaking... Why did Star Wars Battlefront 2... Why did that get all the flack for microtransactions? They were not the first to do it. They were not the last to do it. But let's all go, oh my God, they're owned by Disney, so they're just trying to get all kinds of money.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, because everyone's going to forget about that, because the people that's going to get... What the hell is that sound? That was odd. But the individuals that are going to be getting a lot of that hate right now is the very people who make the Diablo series when they came out with the Diablo mobile game.
Yep.
Which, I mean, as of this year, you want to talk about some letdowns. I mean, that right there, I think, is one of the biggest letdowns of this year. Yeah, let's talk letdowns. What's some of the letdowns this year for you guys?
Oh, man.
I might touch on the mobile Diablo just because it was the first time I've ever seen a crowd sort of go silent and hear someone say, "Is this an April Fool's joke?"
Oh, I know, man. I know. Well, you think about it too. A lot of those people paid so much money for airfare, so much money for their meals, and then depending on how many days they stayed in that area for this BlizzCon, and then is it BlizzCon? Yeah, BlizzCon, and then you talk about how many the costs of staying at hotels or motels, and every BlizzCon every year when people get granted access to it or they buy a ticket to go to it, all would agree they're going there for that big announcement. And then this year they drop the ball, and it's hilarious, it's sad. And I've said it once before. I think the way that they could have easily basically made everybody rethink on the direction that they're going with the Diablo series, and kind of everybody a better idea and make them more satisfied is if they would have just admitted that they were making another one for the consoles and PC, and that, hey, the more time that you pour into this game, the more it's going to benefit you whenever Diablo 4 comes out, something like that. I think letdown of games, in all honesty, Kirby All-Stars.
Yeah.
Kirby All-Stars. I played a little bit of it, and I borrowed a copy of somebody's, and I played a little bit of it, and it was just, again, it's one of those games where you might play through it once, but you will never play it again. And it was almost too easy to say.
It was. I do agree with you that you could put it. You're justified in putting it in bad games for yourself. But as a person who I played it specifically with Tiff, so like we just played 2-player throughout the whole thing, and it was actually a fun experience that way. But like you said, it was just way too darn easy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a bad game, but it's just, it was like, it was bad for being so easy.
Yeah. Fallout 76. I mean, Skidder, we already have an idea of what you think about the game. I'll tell you what I think about the game. I think this game is not done yet. And
yeah,
I
exactly.
think because of that, it was such a letdown. It didn't feel as complete or even near what they had initially promised, and we won't necessarily go through all that ramble and everything.
Yeah,
I think Fallout 76 is definitely a game that they're going to work on, and the experience is going to get better. And I think it was you, Mike Bundy, who made or had brought up the idea that, hey, look at a game like, what's the game that you were talking about?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, where it's definitely a lot better now than it was back then. I hope, and I can definitely see, I think we can all see that, that's going to be the same case for Fallout 76. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but Skidder, like you said, you're having great time with it. I know the majority of individuals out there. There are so many YouTube videos of people trying to return that game and get their full money back, like all their money back. Which, I mean, everybody, if you haven't seen, it's very satisfying, but it's very sad because it always ends very poorly for the GameStop employee around, across from the counter when they follow their policy and say, you can have some store credit, but
I do want to touch on something 76 related too, is people might be forgetting about what they also said. All the DLC that comes out for 76 is going to be free.
Exactly. Yep. But then
that's a big one right there.
But then others will then in turn.
Why didn't you give us a complete game?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And then, of course, we are talking weeks, almost a month now, after its release. We're all loving this game. Best fighting game, easily, of 2018. Best game of 2018? It's up there. I think within the top 5, but we were talking about Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I've been meaning to ask you guys, just so that we can close off on 2018 and get into our new year of 2019 and seeing what we're looking forward to. But who's your main?
I have 2. You know, I don't know who I'm better with, but my first main was Bowser when I unlocked him. Just that freaking side attack where he does a drop kick is just so darn fun to do. And maybe I'm better with him, but my other main is Shulk, which funny enough, I have never played a Xenoblade game in my life, but Shulk, man, is so good.
Oh yeah.
And I guess I'll touch on my top 3 right now. I can't decide on any of them. I'm between Bayonetta, Ike, and probably I'd have to say Palutena.
Really?
Which is a weird one. Yeah, which is a weird one.
That's the one I'm caught off with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird play style, but it's not horrible, in my opinion. She has a lot of moves that just comboed well. They do a lot.
Yeah.
But Bayonetta is definitely just a fun and fast character to play. That's one I definitely recommend everyone to check.
I think she's probably she's so well rounded that like anybody could probably be good with her. Not to make it sound like I'm, shooting you down or whatever, but like I think it's probably an easy character for anybody to be pretty decent with right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, go on.
How about you, Dax?
I mean, for me, I was, even with the last game, I was playing a lot of Diddy Kong. And I mean, I'm seeing a lot more success for me personally when I play a character like Fox or Wolf. I've been really going back and forth between those two. I just recently, which I'm really surprised, I recently got into playing Ike. I don't know, like I'm starting to get
That's a fun one right there.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm starting to get this feel to play a heavier character. So between like him and even Ganondorf is someone that I kind of want to like delve into and pursue and see if these are potential characters that I can be better at or good at. Diddy Kong. I'm not the best player in the world. I wouldn't even say. I would say I'm more of a casual player. Yeah, do we like to be competitive with this game? Absolutely. But I want to say in terms of like, if you were to give me a grade on a level between A and I don't know E, I don't know, I might be a C plus. Maybe a C. Maybe. Mike Bundy's thinking to himself right now is like, this dude's an E. Don't even fall for it. I might give him a D minus if that.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Again, there's so many characters, and I was really into King K. Rool, and Mike Bundy knows how much I wanted this character because even before like the hint of this game came out, I was like, King K. Rool has to debut. He has to make it in this game, and he did. But he's come to be one of the more OP, if not broken characters. Because I mean, just his recovery off the stage in air, and just the fact that he's a heavy character with an awesome up B recovery that protects him while he's going up. And then his guard is ridiculous with his whatever it is, his flabbergaster gun or whatever it is. But
yeah.
But I mean, besides that, I mean, I mean, after we're done with this, I mean, I think we're all looking forward to actually playing a few rounds together. But besides that, I mean, again, 2018 has been an awesome year. It's really built the platform into looking forward to next year, which is what every year should be. But however, I think 2017 into 2018 actually didn't do that to say. But man, 2018 is really getting 2019 off to a great start. Mike Bundy, you have the list. You have the stage
list.
Who made the list?
All right, so I pulled out the few key ones that are coming out within. Let's see here. It goes up to August, so I can tell you the release dates of each one as we talk about them. This one I picked out specifically for you, Dax, because I'm sure you're foaming at the mouth, you could say, for this game, and it is the remake of Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
January 25th, 2019.
Yep. I already have my copy reserved.
Oh.
Let me just be real short, because obviously we have a list of games and other things that we want to talk about. But I've been foaming out the mouth even before we got onto Discord to record this episode, because right once I saw that, as a reminder, January 25th is coming out. Again, foaming out the mouth. This game is going to be awesome. This game, I think, is really, in a way, I think this, again, it's a remake, but it's a third person behind the shoulder. But I think this is going to be that game that sets the standard for the 2019 horror / survival genre action games.
Yeah.
I'm really curious what they changed in the game compared to the last one. Matter of fact, I'm in hopes to actually get a copy or somehow play the old Resident Evil 2 right before this game comes out. I'll keep everyone posted when I do that. Go on.
Yeah, I vaguely remember playing Resident Evil 2. Like, that stuff scared the crap out of me as a kid, so it was... I could go into a story, but it's okay. I'll tell you after the podcast. Mm-hmm. But anyway, something I skipped over that I forgot to look at, which comes out on my birthday, so hashtag buy me that crap. The new Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe C thingy, whatever the heck it is.
That is a game.
A
great game.
Yeah, I loved it on the Wii U. And I would thoroughly play it on the Switch. Here's my thing that I don't like about it. You know, it's another port, which I'm totally fine with. But why in the world is it $60? That's my question. But
absurd.
Yeah. Going on. Another big one, not maybe so much for me. I mean, I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to go into this pure blind. Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out January 29th in the Western
Hey, that's
world.
my birthday.
Coded.
That's funny. 2 games coming out on each of our birthdays.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, that game looks pretty cool. The only reason really, I guess, why I am excited for it is Disney, you know, all the other stuff that's coming in with the Pixar, you know, Toy Story, Monsters, Inc. Let's see here. I forget all the worlds. Whatever, it don't matter. Basically, we're going to buy it because it's a bunch of Disney stuff. And Tiff's like, hey, I want to play that. I'm like, okay, we're going to buy it.
There you
go. Anything to add on Kingdom Hearts?
I've never lived.
I haven't either. I mean,
since I've never played one.
Yeah,
I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game in my life.
That's why I said I'm just going into it blind. I played I started Kingdom Hearts 1 because I bought the collection on PS4. But like the controls are just clunky now, and I can't do it. So sorry.
everyone put in the chat, get Mike to stream that.
Yeah, well, I don't own it anymore. So a game that I remember standing out, I believe it was E3 2017, was Metro Exodus.
Oh yeah.
And that game is coming February 15th. And like the gameplay trailer, like it looks like a cool first person, sandbox environments and stuff. Like, I don't know. It just looks cool. It deals with nuclear war. It's like Fallout, I guess. I've never played any of the other games, but
I'll sum it up for you since I played the first one a little bit.
Mm.
Mash Fallout and Wolfenstein, and that's what you have.
Oh, and there we are.
It's a little bit of a horror as well, because there is some pretty terrifying creatures. I would sort of consider it more of a horror sandbox, I guess, kind of game.
Yeah,
I definitely am hyped for it.
I guess if I would read the gameplay description here, we got, it says first-person shooter game with survival horror and stealth elements. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know if it'll be something that I pick up right away, but I just thought it was,
I'll probably wait till it drops.
Yeah. Something you brought up that, I totally forgot about when we were talking about 2018 games. Wolfenstein 2. Just saying.
That was a wonderful game.
Yes.
I think that game was a sleeper, obviously. I mean, the fact that we looked past it, but on top of that, from what I understand and from what you've experienced, Mike Bundy, both you too, Skidder, it was a great game.
Oh, you were the one that let me borrow the first one on PS4. Mm-hmm. And I love that game. And I love the second one even more. So pick that up if you get a chance. Now here's one I kind of fell out of like keeping up with this game. So like, I don't know really what all is going on with it, but we got Anthem coming on February 22nd.
Yep.
Warframe and Destiny had a child.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. It's very Mass Effect-y, I guess, is what I'm reading here. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of have high hopes for that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be multiplayer. So,
what, the alpha or beta is coming out here pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. It's only,
Yeah, a little over a month away, and that's about it. And that's the thing where we're a little uncertain. We spoke about it before, but, like, they really haven't showed us too much. I think this can be an awesome game for us here at the Geek Tavern, and for as well as you at home or, in your car right now listening to us. I think this could be an awesome game that we can all interact and build, whatever the case may be, whatever we can do in this game. I think could just be an awesome experience. I think this game has so much potential, and I just hope it's not a letdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I pulled out for Skidder. I'm sure you know about this. I don't know how you wouldn't. We got One Piece World Seeker.
Oh, yeah. I was going to bring that up if you didn't. That game is going to be a legend for, I guess, more of the anime gaming community.
I mean, I'm not part of it. I played that what was that one we played on PS4? I forget. One Piece something or other.
One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. It was more of the Warriors, the Dynasty Warriors kind of genre. But this,
right.
I'm going to sum it up here. It's like the Mario Odyssey of One Piece, I guess you could say. It's going to be a huge, like, just free roam, doing missions, do your own thing, and you go through this whole new story that's brought upon for Luffy and the crew, and it's going to be phenomenal. I've been waiting for this game ever since it was released, like info-wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
it makes me shake thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I won't get it, but I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Oh, you will.
And it's actually coming to Xbox. You know, finally they're not exclusively on PS4.
That's something that I also am really excited for, since I don't own a PS4. Is I'm actually seeing some more anime titles, which I've always been a fan of. That more anime titles coming to like Xbox, and I don't know. I kind of wanted to just touch on it since it's right after this one. Jump Force.
Yeah, I don't have it pulled up because I don't know if it has a release date yet.
I know it's sometime in 2019.
Yeah, it's on the. It's on the. It's later. I have a different. Oh wait, no, I just skipped over it. Okay, it comes. Oh, it comes out before the One Piece one.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, Jump Force comes out February 15th.
Well, there goes another $60 out of my pocket.
Yep. So there's that.
That's definitely a game that we should pick up. Get some Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and all the shonen anime.
Yeah, it's
being
weird.
Able to fight.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's another thing from back on 2018. I heard Dragon Ball Fighter Z was amazing.
Yeah, I had fun with it. I was very poor in 2018, so a lot of games I picked up I traded in for other games. So that's one of the ones that got traded, but I enjoyed it. I traded in with hopes of eventually getting it on the Switch. So when that drops in price, I'll probably pick that up on Switch. But
yeah.
Up next, a game I don't think I care about. Cody, I think I know you played the first one. We got Tom Clancy's The Division 2 on March 15th.
I played the first one, but I'm not too excited for it.
We can just leave it at that. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. Now this hits right at home for me. A lot of these games I didn't even pick up for myself, but this one, I think we are all collectively excited for, and that was just announced, was Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah.
Man.
On Nintendo Switch.
Get some more mature rated games on that device.
And
but it's not even about that. Like, this is the first, Mortal Kombat. I mean, what, since the Wii?
First Mortal Kombat game? No shit.
Or was it GameCube even?
GameCube, because the last on a Nintendo system was Deadly Alliance, and then I think maybe I could have sworn we talked about this last time. And
we might have.
I think that was the last one was Deadly Alliance.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Mortal Kombat games. I'm looking it up. We're live.
Can we think? I mean, like, just express how it's gonna feel pulling up on a couch with a couple of your friends, popping your Switch out of its case, and all hopping on Mortal Kombat and doing a tournament.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
All right. Let me get down this list. I found a list. Mortal Kombat Complete. That was Mortal Kombat 9. That was not on Nintendo. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 came out on Game Boy. Here's the main line. I'm sorry. This is live. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go through and edit this. Thanks for listening.
You're making a lot of work for yourself.
All right. The last one was Ultimate Mortal Kombat on Nintendo DS.
Really?
And as far as home, It was the Wii that was the last home console. It was Mortal Kombat Armageddon in 2007.
Gosh.
And that was a great game. I love Armageddon. I don't know what the Wii version's like, but
you were terrible.
What's wrong with Armageddon?
Armageddon's terrible.
Why is it terrible?
It's the same game that encouraged people to make their own fatalities and cluster. It was a downgrade from Deadly Alliance.
No, Deadly Alliance was terrible.
Bull.
Deception was good.
Oh, Deception, another bad one.
No.
Yeah,
we're not having this conversation.
Just stop.
All right, adults.
Wow.
Calm down.
Wow. I didn't know me and Bud had a...
You can duke it out on Mortal Kombat 11 on who's better.
On April 23rd, we will duke it out.
Yep, we will duke it out.
Scorpion versus whoever you use. I don't know who you use.
On the Switch, of course.
Right. Mm-hmm. Speaking of exclusives on the Switch, I know we talked about this, but freaking Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is only on the Switch.
Yep.
Big step.
That's crazy.
Step. An awesome, asset, I think.
Yeah.
To their library of games. Again, you just like we talked about MK11, and now you've got an exclusive, which I believe is a game that has been looked forward to for a long time. I mean, ever since the last Marvel Alliance game.
It definitely went dormant for a long time. Nobody even thought we were getting another one, but I thoroughly enjoyed both of the first two, so definitely looking forward to that.
Still own the first two.
Yeah, so do I on PS4. So, Rage 2 is a game.
Mm-hmm.
Coming
Bethesda
on May 14th.
Is going to redeem themselves, and that game looks phenomenal.
Which I remember when Rage 1, that we have to call it now, when Rage 1 came out, didn't it kind of, not bomb, but people were like, yeah, this isn't really that good.
No. I played through Rage 1. I don't know if you did as well.
I owned it for a brief period of time. I don't remember much about it, though.
I played through it, and it wasn't like Bethesda as I knew it. It was more of a enclosed, you're not allowed to free roam. This is more, hey, you're going to go this way, and that's where you're going to go.
Okay.
But number 2 does look like you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and it says right here it's open world.
It's going to be the Fallout 76 that we wanted.
Maybe. Here's a fun little fact. This game comes out 9 years after the first one.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
Yeah. that's like some Red Dead Redemption stuff right there.
I wanted to point out, what was someone thinking? Like, they might have been running out of game ideas, and they look back and they're like, hey, Rage was a game. Let's make a second one.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's awesome. Just to keep the boat moving here. Team Sonic Racing is a game that was announced that I totally kind of forgot about. And
I didn't even know it existed.
And is coming to the Switch, so there we go. We're going to buy it on there. The last Sonic Racing game, which was Sonic and All-Stars Racing, which was in 2010. So same thing, 9 years. Apparently that's the theme here. It was fun. It was definitely different than Mario Kart, so it's not like we just get, a redo of Mario Kart, but it was fun. Hopefully, this is just as fun as the other one. I don't know if anybody else cares about that game, but I'm pretty excited. Hello?
I was waiting to hear Dax put a word in.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry. Guys, something just like, I don't know. It blows my mind, but we talk about these highly anticipated games and everything, and you know what is a franchise that I think is missing out on, and as far as we know right now, the game is currently being made. Mm-hmm. But are you guys familiar, or have you guys played Borderlands before?
Oh, yeah.
So Borderlands 3. I mean, it's not even necessarily said that this game is coming out in 2019, but however,
they definitely have not said anything.
No, definitely not. But Take-Two did say, their CEO said that one of their titles, a highly anticipated new title from one of 2K's biggest franchises in development for the fiscal year of 2019, which runs between October 2018 and September 2019 for that fiscal year. So me personally, I mean, if they reveal something within the next few months and they reveal that this game is indeed coming out, this would probably be my most anticipated game of the year.
I'm fully on support with you. I've played both the other ones. I've loved them, and ever since I played 2, I wanted a third one, and I've been waiting years.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely coming. I no doubt in my mind there.
And I'm gonna go on a funny story. The first time I ever played the Borderlands game was at Michael's house, and it was using a borrowed copy of Borderlands that he borrowed from you, Dax.
Yeah.
And this was probably, I want to say 8 years ago, maybe.
Probably.
Yep.
So, you were originally one that got me into that game.
That's funny. So yeah. Hope that gets announced. I mean, it's probably going to be an E3 thing, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Which, I mean, how far are we off on E3 again?
I think it's in March or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Man, already.
I know. It's crazy. It's already coming.
Felt like it was just E3 not too long ago.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's much later than that. It's June 11th.
Mm-hmm. Some other games, Metro Exodus, a post-apocalyptic games are just becoming more and more the norm. Unfortunately, we're eventually just going to get so sick of them, or bored of them. But Metro Exodus, first-person shooter, seems like it's pretty cool. Kind of almost like a different take in a way in terms of the enemies. What bears, and other creatures that have mutated over time. It seems the gameplay looks really intense. Seems like it can be really dark at times. So I don't know who exactly is making that game, but that game comes out February 22nd. And depending on the likes of Anthem and how many times I play Resident Evil 2 Remake, this could be a game that I may be picking up right on its release date.
Yeah.
I mean, besides that, guys, anything else in 2019?
I got a couple more here.
I was going to say, I'll bring up one that I think Mike might have skipped over here. That was also Bethesda that got delayed. Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm a little excited for it. It's going to be on mobile, so I can play it at work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Another, well, I guess we kind of covered this, but Crash Team Racing is coming. That's crazy. I love it.
Yep.
Something I didn't know was coming that I have on a separate list here. These don't have release dates, but we're getting the next Wolfenstein where we're going to play as the twin sisters, Jessica and Sophia Blaskovich.
Youngblood.
Yeah, Youngblood. It's the daughters of what the heck was his name? I forget.
Blaskovich.
Yeah, well, I was trying to think of his first name.
I can't think of it either.
But yeah, I can't believe that's already coming.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Quickly run through this list. These don't have release dates. Freaking Animal Crossing's coming.
Yep.
We're all pretty excited for that. I don't know if you've ever played those, but I love them. A new Digimon game is coming. It's going to be like a survival / tactical role-playing game.
I might be in on that.
I know. There's not really anything much to say. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch, so that's something.
Right. I can play Digimon while I play Pokemon then.
Right.
Is it made by Bandai Namco, probably? Either way.
I want to almost guarantee it.
Know. Well, I think it has to be, actually.
Yeah. But go on.
It is... Developer is Witchcraft. Publishers is Bandai Namco.
Yep.
We got all those Final Fantasies coming to Switch. And Xbox, apparently. So that's cool.
That's nice.
Well, I mean, they announced it on the Switch there on that one of those directs.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know they were coming to Xbox. That's pretty cool.
Which ones?
7, 9, 10, and 10-2, and Roman numerals 12. I was trying to think what XII is.
I'm kind of excited for 7. 7 was one of the ones that a lot of people really liked.
I love 9 much more, but that's just because I played it more. So yeah, freaking Luigi Mansion is coming out. 3, I mean.
Yep, number 3, yeah.
Another series I need to go back through and play. I forgot all about this. I mean, this has been announced for a long time. 2 years, actually. But it's still rumored to be a thing and still coming, is Mario Kart Tour on your cell phone devices.
Wow.
I've never heard of it.
It's part of Nintendo's whole let's make some phone games.
Like Mario Run, which by the way wasn't bad.
No, it's not bad. That they're doing pretty good. This is a shout out for Shill. We're getting Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I almost went into Jeff Hardy's move there. We got this is just crazy. I want so much more knowledge to be shown about this. The untitled Pokemon game that's coming out. It's being rumored that it's running on Unreal Engine 4 or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's the rumor that's going around as of the last couple of days. So
if
that's crazy.
True, that game is going to be beautiful.
Pokemon Let's Go runs on 8-year-old engines. That was another thing that came out recently, was that the engine that the Pokemon render in or whatever. I'm not good with this technical stuff, but it's like 8-year-old technology at this point. So
wow.
The 2019 Pokemon game is rumored to be running in Unreal Engine 4.
You realize what that means, right? We're going to be able to see every individual fur on our Pikachus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need that kind of detail, but but yeah. I don't know what this game is. I guess I can click on it. The Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know what it is, but I love Star Wars.
We'll have to wait to find out.
Yeah, pretty much. I clicked on it and it took me to something else, so whatever. Can't wait for that to be announced. E3 is going to be crazy.
It is.
We'll end on this. Yoshi's Crafted World. I love Yoshi. Yoshi loves me. We're a happy Yoshi family. There we go. Video game based movies is also on this list. So let's talk about this because I don't know if we have. Detective Pikachu. What do you think, Dax?
I think this is obviously the closest thing that we're going to get to what we wanted for a real life, quote unquote, real life Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it does great. Hopefully it delivers. I think it's going to be a good comedy movie. I think it's going to have its, it's going to be the best that it can be. And the whole sense of like Detective Pikachu. I mean, in all honesty, when I heard talking Pikachu, English speaking, or just speaking Pikachu, I was thinking to myself, like, how are they going to do this? Like, I don't understand. And obviously, they went outside the box, something that I definitely, didn't see coming. And well, I mean, here we are. And they haven't shown another trailer after that, right?
No, it's only been that one. It comes out May 10th though, so it's not super far away.
Yeah.
Something that is super far away that I still don't know how I feel about. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
Is there a trailer out for it?
No, it's just the poster.
Oh my gosh, and the poster just looks horrendous.
It does. It does. I don't want to see its face without the shadow on it. I really don't. Yeah. The only saving grace that movie may have is Jim Carrey's playing Dr. Eggman or whatever.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's the only saving grace that movie might have. But I told Cody about this one the other day. Dynasty Warriors, the movie.
No.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a thing.
It's only going to be in foreign markets. I don't think it's going to be in the U.S. So
I'm probably going to watch it either way. But it's still the fact that if they do it how I hope they do it, it might turn out really well with some awesome fighting scenes. But I don't think.
Yeah.
Another one, if you don't mind me popping in here, we have the movie that's being remade off of Monster Hunter. We're having a Monster Hunter movie, I think, in 2019 as well. And America's trying to make it. And when America tries to make things that should be made by Japan, it never works out.
Yeah, that, and I just don't know. I can see it as possible. The only thing is I hope they just don't try to give those characters or, the actors, in this real life movie, that anime look. I mean, you look at something like Attack on Titan, where the anime is phenomenal. And then you see the Japanese, I believe it was, they made the real life movie and they tried to give them that style of hair, you know what I mean? It's just like it in my eyes, it's goofy. It looks real goofy.
It doesn't work.
I wanted to buy that. I never really heard if it was good or bad.
The movie,
I hear it's not horrible.
Just it's
like Dax said, it's weird, but I heard it's not as horrible as some, like the Full Metal Alchemist movie.
You
or the Dragon Ball movie,
or the.
What was good? Death Note was actually really good.
That one I heard did do really well.
It did awesome.
I've been meaning to watch it.
Yep. But Bundy, to save money for you, just watch a couple scenes on YouTube of Attack on Titan real life movie. And
I mean, I still need to go through the actual anime. I haven't really watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
I'd definitely sit down and watch that. That's one I've been meaning to.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Let's end it with a few other things here. What are you guys in hopes of in 2019? Whether that be and let's be quick, but because we're running out of time. But what's some things that you're hoping to hear? Whether it's a game release or a franchise reinventing itself. Are you hoping to hear about a PS5? What?
No, I don't want PS5 yet. I don't care. Don't do it. I mean, this just happens every time. We've almost went a whole game system generation without getting a Twisted Metal, and that's just blasphemy.
I can agree with that. I've been wanting one of those because that was me and Mike's childhood growing up.
It's I mean, I just want that back. Obviously, it would just be on PS4, but even if it's for PS5, I guess I would take it. But that'd be one. I really want. I mean, I want to know more about that Pokemon game for late 2019. Like I just want to know what it looks like. Actually, that's all I want to know. I don't care. Like I know it's far away. I just want to see like a screenshot that I can look at for a whole year.
Yeah.
Things I guess I'm looking forward to, or at least want some info. Borderlands 3 is number one because I've been waiting years for that. And I just want to see how this whole Outer Worlds plays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Outer Worlds.
That's a game that I'm looking forward to. It's Obsidian. You can't go wrong with Obsidian.
Yeah, it's Fallout 1 and Fallout New Vegas people that made it.
And Fallout New Vegas will still be my favorite Fallout to this day.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a conversation for another time.
I think for me, I'm hoping to at least hear something, an update on the reboot of the Resident Evil movie and the reboot of the Mortal Kombat movie. And both of them are supposedly actively being worked on. I believe the guy's name is James Wan. I'm pretty sure whoever it is the same guy who did Aquaman. And I believe that is James Wan. Yep. So he and other writers are supposedly sitting down and doing that. Me personally, I can't get enough of Resident Evil or anything from the franchise. So I'm really hoping that we hear a number 8, despite the fact that, we're getting the Resident Evil 2 remake here within the next, as of this recording, 24, 23 days now. I'm trying to think of like anything else to say. I guess I'm waiting for Nintendo to drop something like even bigger than Pokemon. I'm almost. I don't know. I don't think we are. We don't understand, obviously, the full capabilities of the Nintendo Switch. Are we going to get VR out of this thing? Is it true that they are upping, like they're going to make an updated Switch console that's going to have a better processor and it's going to help be somewhat up to par with the performance of the PS4 or the Xbox? I mean, I don't see it ever coming close to that. However, I think maybe perhaps besides more integrated memory, despite the fact that we have access to cloud right now, I think that the Nintendo Switch could possibly be putting something out there with maybe a little bit of higher processing power, just so it's easier for these third parties to, make it more accessible to be playing their games. I actually want to see cloud play. That's something that was given in the year of 2018 to Across Seas. Speaking of Resident Evil 7 was a downloadable or a cloud play game on the Nintendo Switch. And, we haven't received that over here in America. And I think more so it's a test site over there, but could we see that this year? Could that be one of their big things at E3 is us seeing games that we can access via cloud? That'd be pretty cool.
The problem with that actually is it's actually only in Japan. It's not even, overseas like entirely. It's actually only in Japan. They have, I forget what the technical term is, but like they have basically internet everywhere. So like the fiber optic cables or whatever, like their internet is for layman's terms is just super freaking fast. And that's why they can stream games. Over here, basically, if you don't live in a big city, from what I understand, it basically just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want it too. I'm not trying to shoot down your, one of your hopes here for the year, but
I'll hope.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope too, because Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on there as well. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that said, guys, I mean, before we even go on to where they can find us and everything, everybody, if you'd like to, get a part of the show or, even just let us know what your favorite games were of 2018, what you're looking forward to the most in 2019, please go stop by our Discord over at Geek Tavern. We also have a Facebook, Geek Tavern. You can find us there, and you can also contact us at Twitter at Geek Tavern. So with that said, Skidder, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Skidder129.
Mike Bundy.
And that's it for me.
You can find me on Twitter at MikeBundy316, on Instagram at MikeBundy316, and on the Geek Tavern YouTube, Geek Tavern Gaming, which hasn't had much on there, but it'll change.
And you can find me on Twitter at Daxamunder. That's DAXIMUNDER. Again, at Daxamunder. And of course, like always, you can find us on Twitter, like I said before, at Geek Tavern. Interact with us, send us an email, pitch us an idea to let us know, again, what your game of the year was in 2018 and what you're looking forward to in 2019. Once again, another year of doing this for all you who want to sit down or, be on the go and listen to us and our fascination and our love for video games. So, I mean, with that said, Happy New Year. And what do we always say on here, Mike Bundy?
Press start and keep on gaming.